Morning to all my dear Bhaiya Bahan. How are you? Are you fine? Very good. You all are fine in this lockdown period. Today we are going to start the next chapter, the new lesson. So before starting the new lesson, I would like to ask you some questions. Then you have to reply which lesson we are going to read. The first question goes to you. You must have heard the name of Mahatma Gandhi. Very good. Who was Mahatma Gandhi? Yes, Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader of India and he is also called Bapu. Have you heard any work of Mahatma Gandhi? Yes, civil disobedience movement. Very good. That is called Savinay Avagya Andolan. You must have heard about Gandhiji's struggle in his life. Very nice. Have you heard the struggle of Mahatma Gandhi with Englishmen in India? Yes, very good. Can you say which lesson we are going to read today? In which we shall read about the struggle of Mahatma Gandhi with Englishmen. Yes, very good. That lesson is Indigo. And my dear, this chapter Indigo has been written by Louis Fisher. As you see the picture of Louis Fisher on the board. Louis Fisher was born in February 29, 1896 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, US. And he died in January 15, 1970 in Princeton, New Jersey. When he died, his age was 73 years. I would like to tell you more about Louis Fisher. Louis Fisher was the son of a fish peddler. He was born in Philadelphia on 29 February 1896 as I told you. After studying at the Philadelphia School of Pedagogy from 1914 to 1916, he became a school teacher. He served as a volunteer in the British Army, but he made his career as a journalist and worked for different newspapers. Louis Fisher taught about the Soviet Union at Princeton University until his death on January 15, 1970. The famous American journalist Mr. Louis Fisher came to India in May 1942. He was in India for 2 months. The World War was in full swing. In the scorching heat of June, he spent 1 week with Gandhi in his ashram. Gandhi gave him 1 hour daily. He could also talk with Gandhi during other activities such as eating, walking, etc. Fisher wrote the book 7 Days with the Mahatma. In this famous book, he has described the ashram life and Gandhiji's likes and dislikes in a very touching way. He wrote that he never felt afraid in Gandhiji's presence. His association with Gandhi was warm, healthy, full of joy and cordial. He found Gandhi a cultured, able, and always refreshing and sweet person. Louis Fisher has described the wonders of Gandhiji's personality in the book. In this book, Louis Fisher presented the picture of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi's struggle with Englishmen. And in this chapter, Indigo, he presents the picture of Gandhiji's struggle with Englishmen in Champaran. In this story, Louis describes Gandhiji's struggle for the poor peasants of Champaran, who were the sharecroppers with the British planters. They led a miserable life and were forced to grow indigo according to an agreement. They suffered a great injustice due to the landlord system in Bihar. Gandhi waged a war for about a year against their atrocities and brought justice to the poor peasants. In this story, there are so many characters. First main character is Mahatma Gandhi. He is Indian national leader. Second character is Rajendra Prasad, a lawyer and later the President of India. You must have heard his name. Third one is J.B. Kriplani, a professor in Art College, Muzaffarpur, Bihar. Next one is Professor Malkani, a teacher in a government school. Next character is Sir Edward Gate, Lieutenant Governor he was. Next character is Rajkumar Shukla. He was a sharecropper from Champaran, Bihar. Next one is Charles Freer Andrews, a follower of Gandhi. Next one is Kasturba. She was wife of Mahatma Gandhi. And the last character is Devdas. He was the youngest son of Gandhi. In this chapter you will see the story moves from one place to other place. The story moves from Motihari. Motihari was the capital of Champaran. Muzaffarpur, a town in Bihar. Champaran, a district in Bihar. And you must see a place also, Tirhut Division or Commissary. Tirhut Division or Commissary is an administrative geographical unit of Bihar in India. Muzaffarpur is the headquarters of the division. The division comprises 6 districts: Muzaffarpur, West Champaran, East Champaran, Vaishali, Sitamarhi and Shivhar. The title of this story is Indigo. What is indigo? At first we should know what is indigo. Indigo is a tropical plant of the pea family, which was formerly widely cultivated as a source of dark blue dye, and its Hindi is Neel, which we use in our clothes. This story is about indigo sharecroppers, and the struggle of Mahatma Gandhi. Now I would like to explain the summary of indigo first. Listen to the summary very carefully. Then you will be able to understand the whole story. This story describes Gandhiji's struggle for the poor peasants of Champaran. In those days, most of the arable land in the Champaran district was divided into large estates owned by Englishmen and worked by Indian tenants. The chief commercial crop was indigo. The landlords compelled all tenants to plant 15% of their indigo and surrender the entire indigo harvest as rent. This was done through long-term contracts. The British didn't need the indigo crop anymore when Germany had developed synthetic indigo. Just to release the peasants from the 15% agreement, they demanded compensation. Some illiterate peasants agreed, but the others refused. One of the sharecroppers named Rajkumar Shukla met Gandhi in this regard and compelled him to visit Champaran because of the long-term injustice of landlords. Then the two of them boarded a train for the city of Patna in Bihar. From there, Shukla led him to the house of a lawyer named Rajendra Prasad. Mahatma Gandhi's humble and simple attire made the servants mistook him as another poor peasant. He surveyed before taking any vital step in order to get those peasants justice. It was the time when the British government punished those who in any condition gave shelter to national leaders or protesters. Gandhiji's arrival and the nature of his mission spread like a wildfire. Many lawyers and peasant groups came in large numbers to support him. The lawyers accepted the fact that their charges were high and for a poor peasant it will be irksome. Gandhi rebuked them for collecting big fees from the sharecroppers. He stressed on counseling as this would give the peasants enough confidence to fight their fear. He managed to get justice after a year-long battle for the peasants. He also made arrangements for the education, health, and hygiene for the families of the poor peasants. He gave them the lesson of self-reliance. So, in this chapter, we are going to read about the struggle of Gandhi with Englishmen for the freedom of indigo sharecroppers in Champaran. In this story, the writer describes Gandhiji's struggle for poor peasants of Champaran who were sharecroppers with British planters. They led a miserable life and were forced to grow indigo according to an agreement. They suffered a great injustice due to the landlord system in Bihar. Gandhi waged a long war for about a year against their atrocities and brought justice to the poor peasants. This heroic struggle ended with the victory of the civil disobedience, and the English landlords had to return the money they had extorted from the sharecroppers. Gandhiji taught the lesson of self-reliance and fearlessness. This story highlights the struggle for the noble cause never goes unrewarded. So, in this way, we have got the summary of the story about Louis Fisher and about the story of Gandhiji's struggle for indigo sharecroppers in Champaran. Now, see the lesson. See the paragraph now. When I first visited Gandhi in 1942 at his ashram in Sevagram in central India, he said, I will tell you how it happened that I decided to urge the departure of the British. It was in 1917. Here, the author explains about his first meeting with Mahatma Gandhi. He says that he first met Gandhi in 1942 at his ashram, which was in Sevagram. It was located in central India. Gandhi said that he would tell him about his struggle against the British, which first took place in the year 1917. Next paragraph. He had gone to the December 1916 annual convention of the Indian National Congress Party in Lucknow. There were 2,301 delegates and many visitors. During the proceedings, Gandhi recounted, a peasant came up to me looking like any other peasant in India, poor and emaciated, and said, I am Rajkumar Shukla. I am from Champaran and I want you to come to my district. Gandhi had never heard of the place. It was in the foothills of the towering Himalayas near the Kingdom of Nepal. In this paragraph, we see Gandhi says that in the month of December in the year 1916, Mahatma Gandhi went to attend the annual meeting of the Indian National Congress at Lucknow. There were about 2,301 representatives and visitors. Gandhi recalled that a small farmer named Rajkumar Shukla came to him, who was poor and thin. He requested Gandhi to visit Champaran, a place in the foothills of the Himalayas mountain range near the Kingdom of Nepal. Now, you write the meanings of difficult word. Urge means advocate or requested. Departure means leaving, Leaving. Annual means yearly. Convention means general meeting. Delegates means representative sent to a conference. proceedings means a series of events. Recounted means described. Peasant means farmer. Emaciated means weakened. WEAKENED. Foothills means at the foot or bottom of hills. Towering means dominating or very high. Kingdom means empire. EMPIRE. Sharecroppers means farmers or workers who get a share of the crop. Illiterate means not educated. Resolute means determined. Now see the next paragraph. Under an ancient arrangement, the Champaran peasants were sharecroppers. Rajkumar Shukla was one of them. He was illiterate but resolute. He had come to the Congress session to complain about the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar, and somebody had probably said, "Speak to Gandhi." In this paragraph we see he told Gandhi that he was a sharecropper. A sharecropper is a farmer who gives a part of the crop as rent to the owner of that piece of land that he cultivates. He told him that because of the ancient agreement, many of the peasants in Champaran were sharecroppers. Rajkumar Shukla said that he had come to meet Gandhi on someone's suggestion, as he was determined to find a solution for the sharecroppers who were facing hardships due to this agreement. He sought Gandhi's help. After this meeting, next paragraph, Gandhi told Shukla he had an appointment in Kanpur. See the spelling of Kanpur. In old days, the spelling of Kanpur was like this, CAWNPORE, but today KANPUR, Kanpur. Gandhi told Shukla he had an appointment in Kanpur and was also committed to go to other parts of India. Shukla accompanied him everywhere. Then Gandhi returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. Shukla followed him to the ashram. For weeks he never left Gandhiji's side. Fix a date, he begged. When Gandhiji heard the problem of Rajkumar Shukla, Gandhi told him that he had to visit Kanpur and some other parts of India due to prior appointments. Shukla went with him everywhere. After this, Gandhi returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. Shukla was always there with him for several weeks, begging him to fix a date to visit Champaran. Here we see how Shukla was rigid to take Gandhi to Champaran. Shukla was a poor sharecropper. He was also suffering from the bad system in Champaran. Now write some difficult words. Landlord system means a system where all the land was owned by the landlord and not the farmers. Probably means perhaps. Appointment means time for meeting. Kanpur, as I told you, these days Kanpur is written as Kanpur. Committed, already fixed, accompanied, went with him, begged, requested, tenacity, firmness. Now, I would like to give you some class work. At first, you write a question. Who was Mahatma Gandhi? Next question. Who was Rajkumar Shukla? Third question. In which year Gandhi ji attended at Lucknow session of the Indian National Congress? Next question. What did Rajkumar Shukla want to inform Gandhi? And one question more. Where did Shukla accompany with Gandhi? Now prepare this and show me. Very good. Everybody has tried to write correct answers. Now it is the time to give you homework. Your homework is prepare question answers from taught paragraphs and also go through the lesson very carefully. Next day we shall start the story again and we shall continue the next paragraph. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.